Good morning, sir.
Buenos días, señor.
Good morning.
Can you tell me your name?
Miguel Ángel Escobedo.
Miguel Angel Escobano.
Mr. Escoban, you are here in case 2021 CF 1263 AO on a charge of battery by strangulation, domestic violence. The court reviewed the charging affidavit in this case, and I have found probable cause for your arrest. I have a witness in the witness booth. Ma'am, can you tell me your name?
She may need an interpreter, Your Honor.
All right. Madam Interpreter, I think you may need you to switch over to the overhead because I think my witness
Yes,
also needs
no
the
problem.
services.
Yes, no problem,
Can
Your
you
Honor.
test this off? Ma'am, can you tell me your name?
Señora, indique su nombre.
Sandra Velázquez.
Sandra Velázquez.
All right, could you raise your right hand to be sworn in?
Bien, levante la mano derecha para prestar juramento.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Jura y promete que la declaración que rendirá usted en este asunto dado será la verdad, toda la verdad y más que la verdad. Lo jura ante Dios.
Lo juro.
I'm sorry, if Your Honor doesn't mind, I'll wait for the...
Turn the microphone a little bit towards you, like so. Turn it,
Sí.
pull it down so she can hear you.
Señora, tiene que dirigirse hacia el micrófono. Bájalo un poco y diríjalo hacia usted para que yo le pueda oír mejor.
Lo juro.
I do.
All right, you put your hand down.
Ya puede bajar la mano.
Ma'am, can you tell you how you know Mr. Escoban?
¿Me podría usted indicar cómo es que conoce al señor Escobano?
Él es mi esposo.
He is my husband.
All right. And are you afraid of your husband?
¿Le tiene temor?
No.
No.
Do you want to have contact with your husband during this case?
¿Desea usted seguir teniendo contacto con su esposo mientras que este caso esté abierto?
No.
No.
All right. Miss Kennedy Swanson, do you have any questions for this witness?
No, Your Honor.
Licenciada, ¿tiene usted alguna pregunta que hacerle al testigo? No, su señoría.
And Miss George?
No, Your Honor.
¿Y licenciada George? No, su señoría.
Mr. Escoban, I'm going to set your bond in the amount of $2,000. Conditions
Señoras,
Oh, sorry.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Your Honor.
Conditions on your bond is you have no contact with your wife.
Señor Escobar, se fijará la fianza en $2,000 y una de las condiciones será que usted estará prohibido tener ningún tipo de contacto con su esposa.
Did you have opportunity to review a no contact order?
¿Usted ha tenido la oportunidad de leer la orden de prohibición de contacto?
Aún no.
Not yet.
All right, take a moment, read it, make sure you understand all the things on it so you don't violate my order.
Muy bien, le pido que tome un momento y me lo lea y que se asegure usted que entienda todo lo que dice en ello para que no infringe esta orden judicial.
Está bien.
Very well.
All right. Conditions that you are to maintain a separate residence from your wife.
Una de las condiciones es que usted estará prohibido convivir con su esposa.
You are to possess no weapons or firearms. Any weapons or firearms you have need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release.
Usted estará prohibido la tenencia de ningún tipo de arma o arma de fuego. Cualquier arma que tenga usted se lo tendrá que entregar a las autoridades dentro de un plazo de 24 horas.
No, no tengo ninguna.
No, I do not have any.
Well, if in case you come into contact with any.
Por si acaso tiene usted contacto con uno. Okay.
You are to consume no drugs or alcohol during, or possess or consume no drugs or alcohol during the time of your release on this case.
Mientras que usted está libre en esta causa, usted estará prohibido la tenencia o el consumo de drogas o alcohol.
Did we already address this out-of-county warrant case in 2019 CT? Oh, sorry, it was an Orange County warrant case 2019 CT 8543 AO for FTA.
nos hemos ocupado de la orden de arresto que él tenía en el caso de Orange 19-7-85-43.
We're going to have no way of knowing that, Your Honor. The pretrial services computer
Oh,
has
that's in the clerk's. Because I see it on the bottom of his face sheet that he had active warrant from Orange County in 2019 CT 8543AO.
Yo veo al pie de esta documentación que él tiene una orden de arresto pendiente en el número de caso 19-7-85-43 por falta de comparecencia.
What was your question, Your Honor, sir?
Did we already see his initial appearance, or did he already post bond in his
For
warrant
the
case?
active warrant, they served it this morning, but it's set to go to initial appearance tomorrow.
Okay.
I think it's like a traffic case.
Su señoría, es una orden de arresto pendiente que se le entregó a él esta mañana. Se ha fijado para que le traigan a él ante un juez mañana mismo.
That's
All right,
a
sir.
no valid driver's license, Your Honor. If we want to address that today, it's an
That's all I'm
adjudication.
saying. Do you want to resolve his case today for the no
It's an
valid driver's
adjudication of guilt, credit for time served. It's an M2 no valid driver's license.
license? All right.
Su señoría, es una falta de segundo grado por conducir sin licencia válida. Si le interesa resolver la causa hoy mismo, sería dictamen de culpabilidad y se le acreditaría el tiempo cumplido.
I'm sorry, Your Honor, withhold. He has no priors.
All right. Madam
Me
Interpreter,
disculpo, su señoría, sería dictamen de culpabilidad en suspensión. Yes, Your Honor.
I'm done with the domestic violence case, so I want to switch back to the headsets so
No
we
problem.
can be a little more efficient in trying to explain to him about what's going on with his other case. Thank you, ma'am.
Gracias, señora.
2019 CT 8543AO. Mr. Esteban, you had an active warrant because you failed to appear in a 2019 CT 8543AO case. That involves a charge of no valid driver's license. That is a second-degree misdemeanor. It's punishable by 60 days in the county jail and a $500 fine. The state of Florida is offering you a withhold of adjudication of guilt court cost in the amount of $301 if you want to resolve your case. Is that an offer you want to accept today?
Sí.
Yes.
Could you raise your right hand and be sworn in? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Sí.
Yes.
Sir, you put your hand down. You are here in 2019 CT 8543AO case charged with no valid driver's license. That is a second-degree misdemeanor. It's punishable by 60 days in the county jail and a $500 fine. Do you understand that?
Sí.
Yes.
You told me you wanted to resolve your case. Would you like to enter a plea of guilty or no contest to these charges?
No contest, Your Honor.
Su señoría, no me opongo.
Yes, Your Honor. No contest.
All right, sir, do you understand by entering a plea of no contest, you're giving up certain constitutional rights? One of them is to give up the right to have a trial in this matter. Do you understand?
Sí.
Yes.
You understand you give up the right to have an attorney appointed to represent you at a trial?
Sí.
Yeah.
At a trial, an attorney can challenge the state's evidence. They can question the state's witnesses and call witnesses on your behalf. Do you understand that?
Sí, señor.
Yes, sir.
If there was a witness you wanted to call, the court can use subpoena power to make that witness appear if that witness did not want to come to court. Do you understand that?
Sí.
Yes.
You understand you're waiving your right to appeal any errors in this case except the court's jurisdiction over you and the sentence that the court is going to impose.
Sí.
Yes.
Are you under the influence of any drugs, alcohol, or medication at this time?
No.
No.
Have you now or in the past been diagnosed with a mental health illness?
No.
No.
Has anybody forced, threatened, or coerced you to enter this plea?
No, señoría.
No, Your Honor.
You understand if you're not a United States citizen, any of this plea could subject you to deportation.
Sí.
Yes.
Ms. Kennedy Swanson, I'm guessing she doesn't have a valid license still.
I have 1 second, Your Honor, just to pull up the discovery.
We're stipulating to a factual basis in so many words.
Yes, Your Honor, I'm looking through discovery. He does not have a valid driver's license at the time of this offense.
Right. Sir, I found a factual basis for the entering your plea. I'll accept your plea of no contest. I'll find that your plea is freely and voluntarily entered. I'll withhold adjudication of guilt. I'll give you credit for the 1 day or 2 days?
State stipulates 2 days.
2 days in the Orange County Jail with 2 days credit time served. I'll impose court costs in the amount of $301. Sir, court costs and cost of prosecution in the amount of $301. Sir, you have 1 year from today's date to pay that money directly to the clerk in full. You have 30 days from today's date to appeal your judgment and sentence in writing. All right. All my orders from your DV case, which is the case you were arrested for the other night, are still in place when you're on release. Understand that?
Sí, señoría.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Don't violate my orders. Have a great day. Oh, shit. Damn. Ah. I started here by accident. All right, Madam Interpreter, I have another case of Jesus Plazas. Sir, can you tell me your name?
Jesús Andrés Plazas.
Jesus Andrés Plazas.
Sir, you are here in 2021 MM 748AO on a charge of trespass on property after warning. It says an offer for Mr. Plazas.
A withhold of adjudication, credit for time served of 2 days, no return.
Mr. Plazas, the state of Florida is offering you a withhold of adjudication of guilt, credit for the 2 days that you spent in the Orange County Jail.
Yes.
There's court costs and cost of prosecution amount of $273 if you want to resolve your case today.
Sí, pero en la actualidad no trabajo, no he conseguido trabajo.
Yes, but currently I'm not working. I don't know if I'll be able to get a job.
Well, the question, first I need you to cover your nose. Secondly, the question really has to do with resolving.
Sorry, Your Honor. I missed the first thing
Sir,
you said.
I need you to cover your
I didn't-
nose. There you go. Now, I need you, the question has to do with whether you want to resolve this trespass case today, or would you like me to set your release conditions as to this trespass case?
No entendí la pregunta.
I don't understand that question.
The state of Florida is all, so, sir, you've been arrested on a criminal charge of trespass on property after warning. You say it seems that you were told to leave the Circle K in the affidavit and you refused to do so, and then have come back after being told not to come back. You can resolve that case today if you would like, or I found probable cause for your arrest. I can then move to setting your bonds or release conditions. But if you don't want to come back to court, you want to get the case over with today,
Sí.
you can do that today.
Sí, quiero arreglar el caso hoy.
Yes, I want to fix the case.
Y que me den una espera para poder pagar la suma.
And to be given some time to pay.
Yep, I'm going to give you a year from today's date to pay the money that you will owe in this case.
Gracias.
Thank you.
Sir, can you raise your right hand and be sworn in? Sir, do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Lo juro.
I do.
You can put your hand down. Tell me your name one more time.
Jesús Andrés Plazas.
Jesus Andrés Plazas.
Mr. Plazas, you are here in 2021 MM 748 AO on a charge of trespass after warning. That is a first-degree misdemeanor. It is punishable up to 1 year in the county jail and a $1,000 fine. The state of Florida is making you a plea offer this morning in the amount of a withhold of adjudication of guilt. I give you a credit for the 2 days that you spent in the Orange County Jail, and there's $273 in court costs and costs of prosecution. Is that the offer? Is that what your understanding of what you're doing today?
Sí.
Yes.
Would you like to enter a plea of guilty or no contest to these charges?
No contest.
Culpable, sí.
Guilty, yes.
All right. You understand by entering a plea of guilty in this case, you give up the right to have a trial in this matter.
Sí. Sí.
Yes.
You understand you give up the right to have an attorney appointed to represent you at a trial.
Está bien.
That's fine.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol at this time?
No.
No.
Have you now or in the past been diagnosed with a mental health illness?
No.
No.
Has anybody forced, threatened, or coerced you to enter this plea?
No.
No.
You understand by entering this plea, if you're not a United States citizen, it could subject you to deportation.
Sí.
Yes.
I will find a factual basis after my review of the charging affidavit in this case. I will withhold adjudication of guilt, finding your plea is freely and voluntarily entered. I'll accept your plea of no contest, and I will give you credit for the 2 days that you spent in the Orange County Jail with 2 days credit time served. I will impose court costs and cost of prosecution amount of $273. I'll give you 1 year from today's date to pay that money directly in full. You have 30 days from today's date to appeal your judgment and sentence in writing. Have a great day, sir.
Gracias.
Thank you.
All right, Madam Clerk, I got one more case. I have Naomi Sanchez. Well, tell me your name, ma'am.
Naomi Sanchez.
Naomi Sanchez.
Ms. Sanchez, you were arrested in 2021 MM71AW on charge of trespass on property after warning and sanitary nuisance. The court has found probable cause for your arrest in this matter. States they're in offer to resolve Ms. Sanchez's case.
A withhold of adjudication, credit for time served, no return.
Ms. Sanchez, the state of Florida is offering you a withhold of adjudication of guilt credit for the 2 days that you spent in the Orange County Jail. There's court costs and cost of prosecution amount of $273. Is that an offer you want to resolve your case with today?
Yo no tengo dinero.
I don't have any money.
Well, I'll give you up to a year to pay. You seem to be of working age.
Claro, yo trabajo, pero ahora mismo no tengo trabajo.
Yes, I do work, but right now I don't have a job.
Okay. So in the next year, you can have a job and pay the money that you owe to the court for this case if you want to resolve your case today.
Sí, pero yo no pienso quedarme aquí, yo quiero ir a mi casa.
Yes, but my intention is not to stay here. I want to return back to my home.
Where's your home?
1120 de Norte Buenavista.
1120 North Buena Vista.
Okay. So you're returning home and you're working and paying this bill has nothing to do with one another. The question is whether you want to resolve your case with the offer provided by the court, by the state, or Do you want me to go ahead and set release conditions for a later court date for you to resolve the case at a later time?
Sí, yo podría pagarlo, pero afuera de aquí, no estando aquí adentro.
Yes, I can pay it off, but I'd have to be out of here. I can't be locked in here.
Okay. Ma'am, you won't have to pay the money unless you take a plea. So if you don't want to take the plea, that's fine. I can set you for your dates in front of your judge. But the question is, what do you want to come back and deal with the case, or you want to resolve it today?
Sí, hoy.
Yes, today.
All right. Can you raise your right hand and be sworn in? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this matter, the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Sí.
Yes.
Can you put your hand down, ma'am? Can you tell me your name one more time?
Naomi.
Naomi.
Tell me your whole name, please.
Naomi Sánchez.
Naomi Sanchez.
Ma'am, you are here in 2021 MM71AW on a charge of trespass after warning and sanitary nuisance. Trespass after property after warning is a first-degree misdemeanor. It's punishable up to 1 year in the county jail and a $1,000 fine. Sanitary nuisance is a second-degree misdemeanor, punishable by 60 days in the county jail and a $500 fine. Do you understand those maximum penalties?
Sí, sí, pero una pregunta.
Yes, but I have a question.
I will ask your question. So I'm not sure if Ms. George is going to be able to answer your question.
Can we tell the interpreter she can translate inside the
All right,
headset?
Ms. George is putting on the headset. So ask your question to Ms. George.
De que están diciendo que yo entré a un sitio sin permiso. Eso es mentira. Porque yo pagué la entrada, que fueron $30, a ese sitio y me pusieron un ticket aquí. Cuando me cogieron presa me lo quitaron el ticket. Que no sé.
Sorry, the interpreter would like to ask the correctional officer if you could just move the mic away from her, the one in front of her. I didn't catch the ending because of the interference that it's causing.
Yo pagué los 30 pesos de la entrada para entrar al club. Al sitio ese donde yo estaba bailando y tomando.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. I will translate what I've heard to counsel, but there's something going on. It's not coming through clearly. I guess I was using it was the mic in front of her that was picking up. So let's try. I can try one more thing. If correctional officer will push away the mic from the headset and we'll use the front podium, maybe that'll make it clearer.
Yeah, let's try this. Ask your question one more time, Ms. Sanchez.
No, but can someone move, please, the mic from the headset back so that it's not in front of her face?
No.
No,
The
that
headset
one,
mic.
this part of the headset.
The headset mic, if you could push it back.
Sí, yo entré al club a tomarme una cerveza y pagué $30 y me pusieron un ticket en la mano. Eso no es de que yo entré así, mentira.
Can you advise her that she has two options? She can either take it. Okay. I'll say it out loud. Can you advise her that she has two options? She can either accept the plea today, or if she wants, she can fight it downtown. It's up to her. But they're offering a withhold of adjudication and credit for time served.
Write up dispo for this case. Yeah, because she's gonna take this off. This is out of county case. She's gonna take this off and we'll write up dispo. And then
Your Honor, would you be willing to release her on ROR?
I have no objection to doing that. Ms. Sanchez, I want to appoint a public defender to represent you in this case. I want to release you on recognizance to these two matters, as to these two cases, these two charges, I'm sorry. Conditions of your release on while you're out on your own recognizance that you do not return to this location. You keep in contact with your attorney. You show up at your court date that you're going to sign for when you leave the courthouse, because it's jail today. There'll be a date on your paperwork. You need to be in court on that date. If you're not in court on that date, the judge of that case is going to send some people in green uniforms to come arrest you again. You understand that?
There.
Yes.
All right, have a great day, ma'am. That's the last match. Thank you, Madam Interpreter.
You're welcome, Your Honor.
What is this? Oh, who is that? Girl, you on? Oh.
No, not yet.
On a hold?
Mr. Haddon, Your Honor.
Yes, sir.
Behavior.
All right, Mr. Haddon, in 2020 MM101 AW. Was supposed to be here for arraignment. She as a public defender, do you all want to waive his arraignment?
Yes, Your Honor. We'll waive and enter a plea of not guilty.
Division 83, pretrial conference date will be February 18th at 1 p.m., courtroom 12C.
And who is this? Is it Portuguese?
Is this the Portuguese?
No.
No?
Sir, tell me your name.
Hugo.
Matthias Cuesto Car.
Mr. Questo Connor, you are here in 2020 MM20006AO for arraignment this morning. You had the public defender for your attorney. You're being charged with criminal mischief of more than $200 and resisting officer without violence. Both those are first-degree misdemeanors. Both those are punishable by 1 year in the county jail and a $1,000 fine each. You understand? Ms. Kennedy Swanson, do you have an offer for Mr. Questo Carter?
I do not.
Sir, the state is not able to resolve your case today, so Ms. George, you have a plea you want to enter on behalf of your client?
Yes, not guilty, Your Honor.
I'll accept your plea of not guilty. We set you for your future court dates in Division 62.
Pretrial conference date will be February 26th at 9 a.m., courtroom 9B.
All right, sir. Have a great day.
I thank you. We need to return to the service of my father, if I may. Your planet is in terrible danger.
Your Honor, there's a competency issue.
Yes, sir. All right. Well, sir, we'll get you to where you need to go. Have a great day. All right. Tell me your name, ma'am.
Tawana Washington.
All right, Ms. Washington, you are here in 2021 MM6 37 AO. You're here for arraignment this morning. You've been charged with the crimes of trespass on property other than structure of conveyance, refusal to leave, and possession of drug paraphernalia, and open container. Counts 1 and 2 of the information are first-degree misdemeanors. They're punishable by 1 year in the county jail and a $1,000 fine. Count 3 of the information is a second-degree misdemeanor, punishable by 60 days in the Orange County Jail and a $500 fine. You have the public defender to represent you in this case. Ms. Kennedy Swanson is our offer to resolve Ms. Washington's case.
Adjudication of guilt, credit for time served, no return.
All right. Ms. George, have you had opportunity to speak with Ms. Washington about her offer of credit time served of 34 days?
I have not, Your Honor. However, we are currently representing Ms. Washington, and she has been found incompetent, so we're going to enter a plea of not guilty today.
All right.
I can't understand on the, I have a question about being released. I would love to be released. I'm not incompetent because they're misdemeanors. I was just homeless. I've been through mental health court before, and I got out October 20th, 37 days credit time served, and I was just homeless because I was having a lot of sex.
Yeah.
But I have to be out today, though.
Your Honor, we
Does she have
have
a,
a case where she has been found incompetent.
I really have to be out.
do you have competent concerns to her right now? Or,
I'm not incompetent at all. I'm 40 years old and I'm pregnant. And I've been a child abuse before. I've been through mental health court.
okay. Well, if, I was asking the question. So Ms. George,
And then Spencer and Kaylee, my public defender, they said they was going to ask for a conditional release.
Your Honor,
okay.
that,
Is she on conditional release?
that I'm not certain of, but I did see a note where they were going to ask for her to be released. ROR only because of the incompetency issues, but I was not sure that Your Honor was going to be willing to do that today.
All right, Ms. Kennedy Swanson, you want to have a bond hearing, or do you want to agree to Ms. George's request?
Do we know when her last failure to appear? We're not up yet? I'm sorry.
What do you need to know?
I'm just seeing her last failure to appear.
Okay.
There's nothing wrong with me.
637. I have 1 second, Your Honor. I just want to see if she's on any conditional release plan, so let's.
Well, let's do this. Ms. George, you entering a plea of not guilty on your client's behalf?
Your Honor, no objection. I'm looking in 2019 CF 11445 and 2019 CF 1545. It looks like Judge Calderon on January the 14th put her on a conditional release plan in those two cases. So state has no objection to releasing her and to her to follow the same conditional release plan that's in 2019 CF 11445 and 2019 CF 154.
All right. And what was in that plan? Did she have to go to Aspire?
Man, okay. Give me another second. I have to go to a different screen.
I was wondering, because she doesn't seem to know that she needs to go somewhere, so I want to make sure she understands she needs to go
I just
report
gotta
to
flip to a
Aspire.
different screen. It's not in our system. I'm gonna look in the clerk's site. It's not.
I'll do this, because I think I can do this as part of her. Ma'am, I'm going to release you on mental health PTR if you qualify. Condition of your mental health PTR is that you abide by Judge Calderon's conditional release orders. If it includes you going to Aspire to receive treatment, you need to report to Aspire within 48 hours of your release from our custody. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
If she does not qualify for mental health PTR, I will release her on recognizance. With the same conditions, you need to keep in contact with your attorney and not miss any court dates.
Yes, sir.
All right? And we'll set you for pretrial conference in Division 82 on
February 15th
all right, your next court date for this
at
misdemeanor
10:30 a.m.
next court date for this misdemeanor case is February 14th at 10:30 a.m.
Yes,
All
sir.
right. So what you need to keep in contact with your attorney so that you make sure you don't miss your felony court dates as well.
Yes, sir.
All right, have a great day, ma'am.
Okay.
We got Portuguese. All right, hello. I have somebody on the line for a Portuguese interpreter.
Hello.
How are you?
Good. How are you today?
I'm doing well. Can you put your name on the record for me, please, or ID number?
Yes, 223737.
All right. Yeah, you been sworn in this morning?
I was just transferred over to you,
Okay.
Your Honor.
If you can raise your right hand to be sworn in, that would help me out.
Sure.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm you'll translate from Portuguese to the English and English to Portuguese to the best of your ability, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Sir, can you tell me your name?
Igor.
Your full
Igor
name?
de Almeida Leone.
Madam Interpreter, I need you to interpret for me, because I can't hear him.
Sim, olá. Por favor, qual é o seu nome completo, por favor?
Igor de Almeida Leone.
Igor Almeida Dione.
All right. Mr. Almeida, you are here in 2021 MM 741 AO on charge of battery domestic violence.
Sim, senhor Almeida, estamos aqui neste dia de hoje, 2021, sobre uma carga de violência doméstica, 741
The court has reviewed the charging affidavit in this case and found probable cause for your arrest.
E a corte viu as informações e achou caso de probabilidade de você estar preso.
I have a witness in the witness booth. Ma'am, can you tell me your name?
E a senhora que nós temos aqui também, qual é o seu nome completo, por favor?
Aline Couto do Nascimento Leone.
Aline Couto do Nascimento Leone.
All right. Mrs. Leone, can you raise your right hand to be sworn in?
E a senhora Leone, você põe a mão direita, por favor, no ar para entrar dentro do record.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Você afirma que você vai dizer tudo de verdade e só a verdade e a verdade completa neste assunto nos olhos de Deus?
Sim, yes.
Yes.
All right, you put your hand down, ma'am. Tell me how you know
Ok,
this.
senhora, pode pôr a mão para baixo.
Tell me how you know this defendant.
E como você conhece este defendedor, por favor?
Ele é meu esposo, meu marido. He's my husband.
He is my husband.
All right. Are you afraid of your husband?
Você tem medo do seu esposo?
Não.
Não.
Do you want to have contact with your husband?
Você quer ter contato com o seu esposo?
Yes. Sim.
Yes.
Has an incident like this happened in the past?
E este incidente aconteceu no passado?
Never.
Did drugs and alcohol play a part in this incident?
E drogas ou álcool fez parte nesse incidente?
I could not understand, sorry.
Did drugs or alcohol play a part in this incident?
E drogas ou álcool foi o motivo deste incidente?
Não.
All right, I'm sorry, Ms. Kennedy Swanson, do you have any questions for this witness?
No, Your Honor.
Ms. George?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Sir, I'm going to set your bonds at amount of $250 in this case. I'm going to make a condition.
Ok, senhora, vamos.
I'll make a condition with pre-trial release that you have no hostile contact with your wife.
Sim, agora vamos colocar $250 para você sair e também uma condição de pré-juramento, condição de não ter nada agravando a sua esposa.
That means you can disagree with your wife, but there will be no arguments, there will be no threats, there will be nothing physical. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Sim, quer dizer que vocês podem discutir e não estarem em acordo, mas quer dizer não podem ameaçar ou fazer nada contra e o outro fisicamente.
If you violate my orders, you will be sitting here during the whole entirety of this case. You understand that?
E se tem qualquer violação das suas ordens, destas ordens, você vai estar aqui, aqui ao meu lado, novamente na corte.
You are to possess no weapons or firearms. Any weapons or firearms you have need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release.
E dentro de 24 horas de você sair, você tem que entregar aos policiais qualquer armas que você tenha.
Have a great day, sir.
Your Honor, can you advise him he does have an immigration detainer?
All right. Sir, it seems that you have a detainer for an immigration customs enforcement. So you have to get that resolved before you're released from our custody.
Sim, você tem que resolver antes de nós podermos deixar você sair. Você tem um incidente de imigração, detenido de imigração. Você tem que resolver isso antes de sair.
All right. Have a great day, sir.
Tenha um bom dia, senhor.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, Madam Interpreter.
Okay, Your Honor. Thanks for using our service. Everyone have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.
All right.
Services and addicted with mental health crime.
All right, this is case 2021 MM35AA and 2020 MM2768E. I'm going to appoint a public defender to represent Mr. Sesters. Ms. George, do you want to waive his initial appearance?
Yes, Your Honor, we'll waive.
I want to stay his bonds as to the trespass case. And I'm going to, there's a failure to appear. Although I found probable cause staying the bonds to the trespass case. Weapon to the failure to appear. And there was a $2,000 bond on the failure to appear. I will stay the bonds after that.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. Any action on all his out on bond cases?
I'm not taking action on his out on bond case. It seems he's incompetent, or he's going through competency. So I'm not taking actions right now.
Chester Dyson is medical examiner.
All right, Mr. Dyson, in 2021 CF 1222 AO, the court is going to, I found probable cause has already been found in those cases. I'm going to appoint a public defender to represent Mr. Dyson. Ms. George, do you want to waive his appearance?
Yes, Your Honor, we'll waive.
I'm going to state all his bonds as set in his cases. I'm going to make a condition of his bonds to not return to the scene of the incidents that where this happens. I have no contact with any victims or witnesses. He was out on bond in 2020 CF 14203, 12383, 2444, 2018 CT 2525, and 2018 CT 2524. Of course, going to invoke his bonds as to those cases, set new bonds in the amount of $0. All right, sir, tell me your name.
Nicholas Edwards.
Mr. Edwards, you are here in 2021 CT 822 AO and 2021 CF 1232 as to the DUI, which is 2021 CT 822, a corresponding probable cause for your arrest. I'm going to state the bonds as to that amount. I think it's $500 first. Was it? No, one. It's. There you go. Yep. And then we'll state the bonds as to your felony case 2021 CF 1238 AO in the amount of $1,000 condition of both bonds. You possess or consume no drugs or alcohol while you're out on release. You are out on bond in 2020 CF 7905 AO. The court's going to revoke that bond, set new bonds in the amount of $0. Have a great day, sir. One point, the public defender represents you in all your cases. Good morning, sir. Tell me your name.
Denard Ellis.
Mr. Ellis, you are here in 2021 CF 1193 AO on charges of resisting officer without violence, tampering with physical evidence, possession of cocaine, possession of drug paraphernalia. Judge Rodriguez found probable, Howard Freezy found probable cause for your arrest. Going to stay your bonds as set at 500, 1,500, 1,500. Condition of your bonds do not possess any drugs or alcohol while you're out on release. You are out on bond in 2020 CF 10035. The court, now finding probable cause that you committed new law offenses while you're out on bond, is going to revoke those bonds and set new bonds in the amount of $0. Still no orders and consent, have no contact with the victim while you're in custody on that case. Have a great day, sir. Tell me your name, sir.
Marcus Pickett.
Can't hear you.
Marcus Pickett.
Mr. Pickett, you are here in 2021 MM 722 AO on charge of trespass after warning. Court has found probable cause for your arrest. Ms. Kennedy Swanson, you have an offer for Mr. Pickney.
Adjudication of guilt, credit for time served, no return.
Mr. Pickney, the state of Florida is offering you an adjudication of guilt, credit for time served. Do you want to take that offer to resolve your case?
Yes, sir.
Can you raise your right hand and be sworn in? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, none but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
All right, put your hand down. Tell me your name one more time.
Marcus Terrell Pickett.
Mr. Pickney, you are here in 2021 MM 722 AO on a charge of trespass on property after warning. That's a first-degree misdemeanor. It's punishable by 1 year in the county jail and a $1,000 fine. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
You want to enter a plea to the offer that the state just gave you. What do you want to plead? You want to enter? Plead guilty or no contest?
No contest.
You understand by entering a plea of no contest, in this case, you're giving up certain constitutional rights.
Yes.
One of those rights is you're giving up the right to have a trial. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
You understand you're giving up the right to have an attorney appointed to represent you at a trial.
Yes, sir.
Are you under influence of any drugs or alcohol at this time?
No, sir.
Have you now or in the past been diagnosed with a mental health illness?
No, sir.
Has anybody forced, threatened, or coerced you to enter this plea?
No, sir.
You understand by entering this plea, if you're not a United States citizen, it could subject you to deportation.
What's it?
Do you understand that if you're not a United States citizen, entering this plea could subject you to deportation?
Yes.
All right. The court has reviewed the charging affidavit in this case. I found a factual basis for the entering of your plea. I'll accept your plea of no contest. I find that the plea is freely and voluntarily entered. I'll adjudicate you guilty of the charge. I'll give you credit for the 4 days that you spent in the Orange County Jail on this case. I will impose court costs and costs of prosecution in this case amount of $273. I'll give you 1 year from today's date to pay that money directly to the clerk in full. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Have a great day, sir.
All right.
Ma'am, tell me your name.
Alyssa Schwartz.
Ms. Schwartz, you are here in 2021 CF 1235 AO on a charge of burglary on conveyance and trespass on property, or entry on the property. The court has found probable cause for your arrest. Stay your bonds as set in this case. Condition of your bonds did not return to the scene of this incident. Do not possess any drugs or alcohol while you're out on release. And without a valid prescription, and have no contact with any victims or witnesses. You understand?
Yes, I do.
Have a great day, ma'am.
Thank you.
Tell me your name, sir.
Terry Wood, sir.
Mr. Wood, you are here in 2021 CF 21236 AO in charge of grand theft motor vehicle. Judge Rodriguez reviewed your case yesterday, found probable cause for your arrest. Of course, going to stay your bonds as set in that case in the amount of $1,000. Condition of your bonds to have no contact with the victim or any witnesses in this case. Do not return to the scene where this incident happened. You are out on bond in 2020 CF 9475 AO. And in that case, the court is going to revoke your bonds. I'm going to set new bonds in the amount of $0. And you're out on pretrial release as well. I'm going to revoke that pretrial release and set your bonds at $0. In this case, based on the probable cause of a new law offense.
Sorry?
I want to appoint the public defender to represent you in your cases.
Yes, sir. Sir, could you repeat the bond, please?
You have a bond in your new case. You don't have a bond in your old case. You
Okay. Thank you, sir.
That's what happened. All right,
Thank you.
All right, have a great day, sir. Tell me your name, sir.
Daryl Swaby.
Mr. Swaby, you are here in 2021 CF 1269AO on a charges of false imprisonment, domestic violence, battery by strangulation, domestic violence, and tampering with a witness. The court has reviewed the charging affidavit in this case and found probable cause for your arrest as to those charges. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you in this matter. I'm going to set your bonds as to count 1 in the amount of $1,500, as to count 2 in the amount of $3,500, and count 3 in the amount of $1,000. Conditions of your release is you have no contact with the victim in this case. Have you had an opportunity to review the no contact order? Have you had an opportunity to review your no contact order? That's the public defender form. Where's the no contact order?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Which one? The
one that says you're supposed to have no contact with this victim, you're supposed to stay away 500 feet from her residence or place of employment. That order. Do you understand?
that's the
Can we get Mr. Swaby a no contact order?
Yeah, I didn't get that. This is what I have. Can I just say one thing?
I'm going to talk to your attorney first before you want to talk to me. Everything you say in here is being recorded.
Okay.
Do you not have no contact order? Get one.
Your Honor, can we have a one-time return with law
Yep,
enforcement?
I can do that.
And
The question, I'm going to deal with the no contact order first.
Okay. And Your Honor, the client does work, so we're asking that you lower the bond so he can get out and go to work, so he doesn't lose his employment.
Total bonds, what, $6,000? That's it? That's $600 with a bail bonds, right?
It'll be 600 for the bail bondsman. You can't afford that.
So I have concerns because based on this charging affidavit, he was at work when this whole incident started and then left work to then go commit this crime.
Yes.
So I'll give you a one-time return with law enforcement to retrieve any personal belongings you have. You need to follow the procedure with law enforcement. So you need to contact law enforcement first. Do not go to the residence without going to contacting law enforcement first. So have you have to look at, need to review the contact order, no contact order. You don't have any questions about it.
Review this first.
Mrs. Swaby, do you have any questions about the no contact order?
No, Your Honor.
All right. All right, so you need to maintain a separate residence from this victim. All right, so there's no contact order. That means including checking the Ring devices and those things like that. Just delete that app from your phone until you get an opportunity to use the judge modifies your orders. You understand that? Because you get kind of contact with this victim, you're going to be sitting here with me during the entirety of this case. You understand that?
Yes,
All right?
sir.
Your Honor, can I have just
You
a moment?
can, if you need your bonds lower for some reason, that I set them too high or something like that, then you can file a bond motion in front of the appropriate judge. But I don't feel comfortable doing that when I said I don't have any contact with the victim in this case.
You have to sign. He has to sign this again?
No.
He already signed it? Okay.
Yeah, that's just a copy. That's what I'm saying. They usually get a copy and the one I signed, then the one they signed.
No, I can.
All right. Have a great day, Mr. Swaby. All right. Tell me your name, ma'am.
Mary Ann Walker.
All right. Ms. Walker, you are here in 2021 CF 1270AO on a charge of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, domestic violence. The court has reviewed the charging affidavit in this case and found probable cause for your arrest. Going to appoint a public defender to represent you in this matter. Going to set your bond in the amount of $1,500. Condition of set your bond in the amount of $1,000 with pretrial release conditions with PTR supervision. I want to make it no contact with the victim, no weapons, no firearms. Any weapons or firearms you have need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. You need to maintain a separate residence from the victim. I'll give you a one-time return with law enforcement to, listen to me, Ms. Walker first, so you don't miss anything. You need to maintain a separate residence from the victim. You need to get up a one-time return with law enforcement to retrieve any personal items you have at the location. You understand?
Your Honor, can you have just a moment? Okay, Your Honor, thank you.
Ms. Walker, do you have any questions about the no contact order?
Your Honor, she was just explaining that she lives, that's her residence, and I already...
That's why I said maintain a separate residence. So PTR can verify that the victim no longer lives there. You can return home. That's why I said no return. I didn't say no return. I said maintain a separate residence.
Yes.
All right, tell me your name, sir.
Khalid Williams.
All right, Mr. Williams, you are here in 2021 CF 1249AO. On charges of false imprisonment, obstructing justice, or tampering with a witness, aggravated battery, and battery domestic violence. Court reviewed the charging affidavit and found probable cause as to those charges. The court is going to set your bonds as follows. Account 1, $500 as to count 2, $500 as to count 3, $2,500, and as to count 4, $500. That we with pretrial release supervision, you had no contact with this victim. You are to maintain a separate residence from the victim. You are to possess no weapons or firearms. Any weapons or firearms you have need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release.
Say that part again.
No weapons or firearms. Any weapons or firearms you have need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. You understand?
So you saying no? I can't have my weapons.
No weapons, no firearms. You need to turn any weapons or firearms over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. If you have an employment for that reason, then your employment can petition the court to modify that order. But until that time happens, so if you're a security guard that's armed, or a police officer, or for any other reason that you have to carry a firearm or something like that for your employment, then that employment can do that for that purposes, limited purposes. But right now, there's no weapons or firearms. Maintain a separate residence. No contact with the victim. Do you have any questions about the no contact order?
I mean, she's here.
Ms. Kennedy Swanson is the victim here?
He said she's in there.
I don't believe so, Your Honor.
She's right there with the purple hair.
No. Either victim was present, the victim chooses not come forward, Your Honor.
Yep.
The victim
She
is not
doesn't want to
prepared
speak,
say
then she
anything.
doesn't want to speak. So right now, those are my orders. You have any questions about the no contact order?
How do I get my stuff?
I'll give you one. First of all, answer my question. Do you have any questions about the no contact order?
No.
All right. You have any problems abiding by the order?
No, sir. I'm just wondering how I'm gonna get my stuff.
If you can't abide by my order, you're going to be staying here with me during the course of this case. You understand that? All right. I'll give you a one-time return with law enforcement to retrieve any personal items you have at the residence. All right. So that means contact law enforcement first. Do not go to the house and then call law enforcement, because if you do that, they're going to arrest you. Do you understand that? So follow the procedure. Contact them. They'll tell you when to go, and then you can go with them to the residence. Understand? Because if you don't, you can be sitting here with me during the course of this case. You understand that? All right. Have a great day, sir. Tell me your name, sir.
Amadeo Caballero.
Mrs. Caballero, you are here in 2021 MM 750AO on a charge of battery domestic violence. The court reviewed the charging affidavit and found probable cause for your arrest. I see someone in the witness booth. Ma'am, can you tell me your name?
Skyla
keep your mask on.
Florencio.
Tell me your name.
Skyla Florencio.
All right, Ms. Florencio, can you raise your right hand and be sworn in?
I'm sorry, what did you
Can
say?
you raise your right hand and be sworn in? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Hear you. I couldn't hear you.
Yeah, yes,
Okay, put your
I
hand
do.
down. You can put your hand down. All right, there you go. Can you tell me how you know Mr. Caballero?
How do I know him?
Yes, ma'am.
I met him through a dating app a year ago.
And do you want to have contact with, are you afraid of Ms. Caballero?
No, not at all.
Do you want to have contact with Ms. Caballero?
Yes, I do.
Has anything like this happened in the past?
Never.
Did drugs and alcohol play a role during this incident?
Never.
If something like this were to happen again, what would you do?
Again, you said?
Yeah, if something like this were to happen again, what would you do?
I would immediately go to the authorities, but
Okay.
in this incident, it was not a violent.
I wouldn't talk about the facts.
Don't talk about this.
Okay.
Answer my questions, and then we can get to all those things like that.
Well, yeah, I would call the authority.
All right. Ms. Kennedy Swanson, do you have any questions for the witness?
No, Your Honor.
Ms. George.
No, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Caballero, I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you in this case. I'm going to set your bonds as $250. That's with pretrial release supervision, that you have no hostile contact with Ms. Schuyler. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
That means no, you guys can disagree. People disagree, but there should be no threats, no aggressive arguing, no yelling, nothing physical. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
If you violate my orders and you come back in front of the court for that reason, you will be sitting with me during the entirety of this case. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right. Does everybody understand that?
Yes, sir.
Anybody got any questions about it?
No, sir.
All right. All right, everybody have a great day. All right, tell me your name, sir. Oh. Yeah, he doesn't look like a Susan Lindsay, so. All right, can you tell me your name, ma'am? Cover your face. Cover your face. Tell me your name.
Susan Lindsay.
All right, Miss Lindsay, you are here in 2021 MM 751AO on a charge of battery domestic violence. The court has reviewed the charging affidavit in this case. Identifying probable cause for your arrest. I'm going to set your bond in the amount of $250 with the following conditions: that you have no contact with the victim in this case, that you maintain a separate residence from the victim,
No.
that you not possess any weapons or firearms. Any weapons or firearms you have need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you in this case. I'll give you a one-time return with law enforcement to retrieve any personal items you have at the location. So if you heard that say maintain a separate residence, not no return. So if the victim is no longer living at the residence, if the victim is no longer living at the residence, then you can return to the residence.
I pay the rent.
Well,
You can go.
if it's, you may think about not doing that. So any other questions you have, you can ask Ms. George, because you appointed them to her office to represent you. And have a great day. Yeah. That Phillips. Right. All right, sir, tell me your name.
Quincy Phillips.
Mr. Phillips, you are here in 2021 MM 755AO on charge of battery, dating violence. The court's reviewed the charging affidavit in this case. I found probable cause for your arrest. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you in this case. I want to set your bonds. Okay, I guess I can't ask Ms. Davis any questions.
I'm sorry.
I said I can't ask you any questions.
Is it something that I can like clarify on the face sheet?
Well, I see on the face sheet he does have criminal history. His most recent case was a case out of Louisiana in 2015. But I was wondering, did he not qualify for PTR because he doesn't have, I don't see any other things that would make me see that he got interviewed. He said he wasn't interviewed.
No, he
So,
wasn't interviewed.
I know there was an updated sheet or something.
He's also wanted out of Louisiana
Okay, I see it.
for, burglary, forced entry.
Or for another burglary case.
Madam Clerk, what did you say? Can you repeat that? I'm sorry.
He said he is wanted out of Louisiana 2019 case for charges of burglary. He has no bond. But says Louisiana is not going to extradite him from Florida. At least that's the notes I have. So they want to stay clear of that area.
Do you want him to be interviewed?
I was going to have him interviewed. I want him interviewed. And because my thoughts were to set his bond at $250, place him on pretrial release supervision, conditions that he had no contact with the victim, maintain a separate residence from the victim, that he possessed no weapons or firearms. The weapons or firearms he has needs to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of his release. That he maintain a separate residence from the victim, and he possessed no drugs or alcohol during the course of his pretrial release.
Your Honor, since Louisiana is not picking up, will he be able to bond out?
Yeah, they
Okay.
were not. I didn't serve him. They had to serve him with a warrant, an extra, I say warrant, which they
I'm sorry, Your Honor, what was the bond amount?
$250. Yeah, plus PCR. I'll say this, but for some reason he doesn't qualify for PTR. His bond's at $1,000 and same conditions. Because I don't know if he's gonna.
So 250 and PTR if he qualifies.
Correct.
If he doesn't, then the bond is 1,000.
Correct.
Plus the same
Yeah,
condition.
because I don't know, because he has an out-of-state cases open, but they're not
Okay.
taking any action on it, basically.
All right.
Whether that's gonna be something that's gonna disqualify him or not.
Gotcha.
All right, sir, tell me your name.
Alan Burkhart.
All right. Mr. Burkhart, you are here in 2021 CT 844 AO on a charge of driving on license, driving under the influence of alcohol above .20. The court reviewed the charging affidavit. In this case, I found probable cause for your arrest. All right. This is another one that. So, Mr. Burkhart, I don't know when pretrial release tried to interview you because it says CC additional notes. I'm guessing, and I guess you refused to talk to him about whatever you wanted to talk. They answer the questions they asked you.
The police officer?
Nope. In here, they're asking you a bunch of questions like where you work and where do you live and where, like, verify your community connections. So where do you live, Mr. Burkhart?
14242 Cheval Mayfair Drive, apartment 107.
So, Mr. Burkhart, I'm going to release you on pretrial release. With pretrial release supervision. Condition of your pretrial release, you're not possessing any drugs or alcohol. Any drugs or alcohol, you without a valid prescription. That you be tested for the consumptions of drugs and alcohol at your expense. That I'll give you a 30-day grace period as to any narcotics that you may have consumed to get it out of your system, but the alcohol testing will start immediately upon your release. Do you understand that? All right, have a great day, sir. Tell me your name, sir.
Sir?
Tell me your name, sir.
Johnny Kane.
Mr. Kane, you are here in 2021 CT 845 AO on a charge of driving while license suspended. That's a second-degree misdemeanor punishable by 60 days in county jail and a $500 fine. Ms. Kennedy Swanson, is the case that we can resolve today?
No.
Sir?
No, Your Honor.
All right. I was talking to Ms. Swanson to see if there's a case, see where we can resolve your case today.
The state has no objection to ROR, Your Honor.
Mr. Kane, I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you. I'm going to release you on your own recognizance as to this case. Conditions of your release: that you not operate a motor vehicle without a valid driver's license. You keep in contact with your attorney. You show up at your court date that the judge is going to be in your paperwork when you leave this courthouse. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
If you don't show up when you're released from the jail on that date that's on your paperwork, the judge is going to issue a warrant and send some people in green uniforms to arrest you. Do you understand that, Mr. Kane?
Yes, sir.
Have a great day, sir.
Thank you.
Your Honor, Mr. Castillo is requesting
So where was you this morning? When that request was asked of everybody else?
Good morning, Your Honor. This is Laura Bretaña, Spanish interpreter. The interpreter has already been sworn.
Ms. Lara, I have a case here with Mr. Castillo. His case number is 21CT151AW. He has the headsets on at the BRC here.
Okay.
Sir, tell me your name.
There is contact, Your Honor.
Wolfram Jesús Mercado Castillo.
Walter Jesús Mercado Cautillo.
Wolfram.
Wolfram.
All right, Mr. Castillo, you are here in 2021 CT151AW on charge of driving license suspended. The court reviewed the charging affidavit, found probable cause for your arrest. Ms. Kennedy Swanson, is there an offer you want to extend to Mr. Castillo this morning?
There is not, Your Honor.
All right, sir. The court's going to, in this case, release you your own recognizance. Conditions of your release is that you to not operate a motor vehicle without a valid driver's license. I'm going to appoint a public defender to represent you in this case. As you keep in contact with your attorney, you show up at your court dates. You understand that? Oh, sorry.
¿Cómo así? O sea, ¿voy a salir con un bond o no?
1 second. I apologize. Hold on. Oh, gotta take that back. I'm going to stay your bonds in the amount of $500 into this case. Sorry, Madam Clerk.
Okay, o sea, pago la fianza y contacto
I'm
un
still going to
abogado.
appoint a public defender to represent you in this case. I need you to listen to me.
Is it?
All right, sir. As to your driver license suspended case, 2021 CT151AW. Of course, going to appoint the public defender to represent you. Going to stay your bonds amount of $500 as to this case. Going to ask Ms. Kennedy Swanson, what does she want me to do as a 2020 CF14296AO, which is a case that you're out on bond on.
No objection, no action.
All right. Mr. Castillo, based on the state's recommendation, the court's not going to take any action as to your case you're out on bond on. If you operate a motor vehicle without a valid driver's license again, if you commit there's probable cause that you commit a new law offense again. I'm pretty much going to guarantee you that if you appear in front of me, I'm going to set you at no bond in those cases, and you're going to sit with me during the course of your cases. And you won't be able to get out. You understand that? You understand me?
Sí, señorita.
Yes, sir.
All right. Have a great day. Thank you, Madam Interpreter.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Your Honor, Paris Heath, bonded.
All right. Mr. Heath Paris bonded. And then Miss St. James. No, Mr. Young.
Young,
bonded.
refused court.
Refused? Or I have bonded.
Andrew Young.
Yeah.
May have bonded, but he refused.
That's probably why you refused, because you already know you're close to the bond. And all right. Can I get Ms. Turner? If she's here. While we're waiting on her, Ms. Kennedy Swanson can tell me about these 32-day motions as to Mr. Jackson, 2020 CF15330 AO.
She granted the state filed notice of non-filing before the 33rd day.
All right, Ms. Turner, come on up. Ms. Turner, you are here in the Polk County case 2020 MM 6007 AO. I've had an opportunity to speak with your judge out there in Polk County, and he told me that your options are you can resolve the case today with credit time served. I believe you have 85 days out there in Polk County, plus whatever time, I don't know how long she's been here, I think since Thursday. I think since, it was like Thursday, I think you got here?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I think Thursday. Or he's going to, or reducing your bond in slightly. So if you want to resolve your case and get this done, then you can do that today if you would like.
Yes, sir.
All right, you can raise your right hand and be sworn in. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
All right, put your hand down. Tell me your name one more time.
Rebecca Turner.
Ms. Turner, you are here in Polk County case 53, 2020, MM 6007 AO on a charge of petty theft of $100 or more. That is a first degree misdemeanor, punishable by 60 days in the county, 1 year in the county jail. Sorry, it's a first degree misdemeanor, punishable by 1 year in the county jail and a $1,000 fine. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right. According to the Florida Supreme Court Administrative Order 2092, myself being sworn in as a statewide judge, what plea would you like to enter to those charges that you are facing?
Guilty.
You understand, by entering a plea of guilty in this case, you are giving up the right to have a trial in this matter.
Yes, sir.
You understand, you give up the right to have a court appoint an attorney to represent you at a trial.
Yes, sir.
At a trial, an attorney can challenge the state's evidence. They can question the state's witnesses and call witnesses on your behalf. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
If there was a witness that you wanted to call that did not want to come to court, the court can use subpoena power to make that witness appear. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol at this time?
No, sir.
Have you now or in the past been diagnosed with a mental health illness?
No, sir.
Do you understand that by entering this plea, you're waiving your right to appeal any errors in this case, except the court's jurisdiction over you, and whether the sentence I'm going to impose is legal? Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand that a plea and a conviction in this case can be used at a later date to enhance the sentencing in your case for a similar crime?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand that if you're not a United States citizen, entering this plea could subject you to deportation?
Yes, sir.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, 5 days. All right. Ma'am, based on my conversations and my review of your court file in Polk County case 2020 MM 6007 AO, I did find a factual basis for the entering of your plea. I accept your plea of guilty in this case. I'm going to adjudicate you guilty of the charge. I'm going to give you credit for the 90 days that you spent in the Orange County and Polk County jails. I'm going to impose the court costs in this case and cost of prosecution in this case amount of $273. I want to give you 1 year from today's date to pay that money directly to the clerk in this case. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right. You have 30 days to appeal your judgment and sentence in this case in writing. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right, you will be fingerprinted. And have a great day, ma'am.
Thank you so much.
Yep, see it? 273. Only 273 today. They want me. I depend on collecting that money. You want me to give them? I want to do all the work and then not get paid. Miss Davis, Madam Clerk wants me to work for free. That's what she's saying over here. Sir, tell me your name.
Lucas Kelsey.
All right, Lucas Kelsey. Lucas Kelsey. What is this? Wow, I'm on. The only thing I have in front of me is arraignments left. So.
Yeah, he's on down there. Keep going.
All right, okay. There we go. All right, Mr. Kelsey, you are here in 2017 MM 5339 AO on charges, you're here for arraignment on charges of battery, domestic violence. Sorry, it's a violation of probation on violence, a violation of probation on a charge of battery, domestic violence. You don't have an attorney at this moment. Ms. Kennedy Swanson, is there an offer to resolve Mr. Kelsey's case?
There is not, Your Honor.
Since you're in the custody based on a Florida Supreme Court order, the court's going to appoint the public defender to represent you in this case. Ms. George, you want to enter a plea on behalf of Mr. Kelsey?
Yes, we'll enter a plea of not guilty.
A denial?
A denial, Your Honor, sorry.
All right, I'll accept your denial. I'll set you for your next violation of probation status date in front of Judge Wayne Shoemaker in Division 50 on
March 5th, 9 a.m., courtroom 7C.
All right. All right, sir. Have a great day.
Your Honor?
Yes, sir.
Did Michael Nielsen ever? No,
Michael Nielsen? Who's Michael Nielsen?
My attorney?
Right now, is nobody filed a notice of appearance in your case. So if you hired Mr. Nielsen, you may want to give him a call and tell him that, hey,
Yeah, I spoke
I'm
to
here.
the secretary right when I left Thursday, and she said that I thought this was the court date that he made for me, since I was just in court Thursday.
I'm having no idea. This is a violation of probation arraignment. Since you're in custody, I don't want you to, if he files a notice of appearance, the PD will withdraw. But I don't want you sitting here without an attorney till March.
Okay.
So, and nobody's going to be doing any work on your case, all right?
Yes, sir.
So if,
Thank you.
tell me your name.
Yoshi Williams.
There you go.
Last one.
Are we working? Are we
Yeah.
working backwards? That's what we're doing?
That's all we have.
All right. Because I have a couple more people here. Chang and a couple people set for arraignment. All right, Ms. Williams, you are here in 2021 MM655AO. You're represented by the Public Defender's Office. You being charged by information with the crimes of criminal mischief and trespass in a structure. Both of those are second-degree misdemeanors. Both of those are punishable by 6 days in the county jail and a $500 fine. Ms. Kennedy Swanson, is there an offer for Ms. Williams to resolve her cases
There
today?
is not, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Williams, there's no offer to resolve your case today. Ms. George, is there a plea you want to enter on behalf of your client?
Yes, we'll enter a plea of not guilty, Your Honor.
I will enter a plea of, accept your plea of not guilty. It says Division 50, but that can't be right. So we want to set you for pretrial in front of Judge Shoemaker for now, and then they'll correct that later on, because the Division 50 is a specialized division for domestic violence, and neither one of these charges, at least from my review of this, are charges of domestic violence. So you'll probably get transferred to another judge at some point.
Division 50 will be pretrial conference March 15th at 2 p.m., quorum 7C.
So, about to what happened to Eddie Chang?
He's medical, Your Honor.
All right. All right, this 2020 CT 7382AO. Mr. Chang is here for no motor vehicle registration. I'm going to appoint a public defender to represent him. Ms. George, you have a plea you want to enter on behalf of Mr. Chang?
Yes, Your Honor, we'll enter a plea of not guilty.
Division 84, pretrial conference is March 15th, 10 a.m., quorum 4B.
Jose Cortez, 2021 CT 589AO.
Medical, Your Honor.
This is the state attorney.
Letitia George on behalf of the Office of the Public Defender.
All right. Sir, can you please tell me your name?
Keon O'Shea Williams Flocks, ma'am.
All right. Good afternoon, sir. You're here today in case number 21 CF 12568O, charged with possession of MDMA. I do find probable cause exists in this case. I read the probable cause affidavit. Your bond in this case will be $1,000. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. But you also have 2020 CF 1037AO. It's a violation of probation, and there is no bond on that charge. Hold on one second.
I have a question, man, because I
Yes, sir.
I really not understanding. Okay, so
Don't talk about the facts of the case, okay?
can I say something to you about it then? Because this is really outrageous.
Okay, sir, let me just explain something to him and then you can have a moment. So what we're doing today is I'm telling you what you're charged with and what your bond amounts are. Anything you say is on the record and can be used against you later. So that's why the public defender's office is asking you not to say anything about the facts of the case, because they don't want you to say something that could later come back. So any questions that you have, you're welcome to ask me, but you might want to ask your lawyer instead of the judge. Do you understand? All right, so having said that, are there any questions you want to ask me, or do you want to talk to your lawyer for a moment?
I can't talk to her for one moment.
Yeah, let's see if can we talk to her for a minute? Does he have a third case? Okay, so I'm not. I didn't say that one yet, but I thought so. I have one more case with him.
Oh, she has one more.
Also, sir, you're here on 2021 CF 8480. There's a warrant for your arrest for possession of a controlled substance, and the judge who issued that warrant authorized a $1,000 bond. In both of the cases which you have bond today, your special conditions of bond will be that you're not allowed to possess or consume illegal substances, and you're not allowed to have contact with any known drug dealers, all right?
So you saying I could bond out?
On those two you can, but not on your violation of probation. It has no bond currently. So make sure you talk to your lawyer about getting a bond in that case too.
I can't call that number from the jail.
Oh, okay. I'll look into the contact. I'm gonna take one.
I'll let you.
All right, good luck, sir. Thank you.
When would I go to court again?
I'm sorry?
When would I go to court for my violation?
I think within 10 days, you'll see the other judge here at the jail on that VOP. All right, good luck, sir.
Good morning, Your Honor. How are you doing today?
Good. Please tell me your name.
Elena Alpentor.
All right, ma'am. You're here in case number 2021 MM 742AO, charged with indecent exposure and resisting an officer without violence. I reviewed the probable cause affidavit. I do find probable cause exists in this case. Your bond amounts are $500 on count 1, $100 on count 2. If you're able to post that bond, you're not allowed to return to the scene. You're not allowed to possess or consume any illegal drugs, and you're not allowed to have contact with any of the witnesses listed in this case. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
And I'll appoint the public defender to represent you.
I'll read it.
Yes, Your Honor.
Good luck, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Elena.
Good afternoon. Please tell me your name.
Justin Klein.
Sir, you're here in case number 2021 MM 754AO, charged with possession of drug paraphernalia and possession of cannabis under 20 grams. I reviewed the probable cause affidavit. I do find probable cause exists in this case.
On Mr. Klein's case, Your Honor, we have no objection to ROR.
All right, I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. And why would I ROR him?
As a policy on a possession of less than 20 grams of cannabis and paraphernalia, the state attorney's office has no objection to RORs. Typically, I can null pros one count, which would be the paraphernalia in IAs, and then have it proceed on the drug paraphernalia. But we're kind of in a holding pattern on what we're going to do with these cases, so no objection to the ROR.
He's got a history, and it looks like 2 prior VOPs.
I see the last failure to appear is in 2012, though.
It's in 2012?
Yes, Your Honor, I see 2012.
All right, then based on that, no objection from the state. I'll allow you to be released on your own recognizance, sir. Good luck.
All right, thank you.
Marisa Fisher, refused, Your Honor.
All right, that's case number 21, MM753AO, charged with drug paraphernalia, possession of drug paraphernalia. I did find probable cause existed. I'll appoint the public defender to represent her.
There's no objection to ROR, Your Honor.
All right, I find her refusal a willing waiver of her appearance today. All right, I'm not going to ROR her, but I'll give her a $100 bond. All right, sir, please tell me your name.
Tyler Blue Johnson.
All right, you're hearing case number 21MM749AO, charged with battery. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you in this case. I reviewed the probable cause affidavit. I do find probable cause exists in this case.
Your Honor, we reviewed the affidavit, and I also reviewed it with the state. The only evidence of any type of battery is a photograph. The victim stated previously all throughout this arrest affidavit that she was under the influence and she can't remember anything. And all the officer had was a photo in which the victim said she doesn't remember giving him permission to touch her. Other than that, there's no evidence of any type of battery, and her statement alone should not be sufficient enough, especially with the statements given above, that she cannot remember anything. She couldn't remember anything, and that she felt she was feeling bad. She wasn't sure of anything.
Anything further, Counselor?
No, Your Honor, sorry.
All right. I just want to make sure you are done. Yes, I saw many of the things that you just stated. However, there is a photograph, as well as the victim didn't say, I don't remember if I gave him permission to touch me. She said, no, I didn't give him permission to touch me.
Yes, Your Honor. What my argument is that she remembers in the photo that she didn't give him permission to touch her. However, all throughout this arrest affidavit, she states she can't recall anything. She was slurring of the words. She didn't know. He said she felt bad. She didn't know what was going on. But when she's shown a picture, at that point, the only thing she says is she does remember. At that point, that's the only time she states she does remember something, and that was that she did not give him permission to touch her. And our position is that that is not sufficient enough for probable cause in this case.
All right, Counselor, I appreciate your argument, but I don't agree. I do find probable cause exists in this case.
Well, also, ma'am.
Don't.
Oh, my bad.
Don't talk about the facts of the case. She's only.
Sir, everything you say is on the record and can be used against you. It's being recorded, so that's why your attorney is asking you not to speak about the facts of the case. This morning, this afternoon, what I'm doing is telling you I believe there's probable cause that exists in this case. That does not mean you're guilty. It does not mean the state can prove it beyond a reasonable doubt. All of those determinations come later, all right?
Okay.
So I'm going to give you a bond of $1,000 in this case. You're not allowed to return to the scene. You're not allowed to have contact with the victim. That includes third-party or electronic communication. Do you understand that? You have to answer out loud.
Huh?
Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. You're not allowed to possess a weapon of any kind, firearm or ammunition, and you're not allowed to possess or consume any illegal drugs. Does the state have any other special conditions they'd ask?
Your Honor, we would ask for a lower bond than $1,000 in this case, based on the limited amount of evidence.
Can I see that one more time? I'm sorry. I know you just.
If possible, if we could have a $250 bond.
Oh. Hold on one second. I gotta get that back.
I believe you. I got you.
Does the state have his record? Can you tell me when?
Yes, he 3 felonies, 2 misdemeanors, no failure to appear.
But he's got prior batteries, battery on a person over 65,
Yes, Your Honor.
domestic violence, VOP. And his last conviction was earlier this month, is that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
No, it was in
Last
January,
month.
last month.
So the last conviction I have here in Orange County is a trespass. It looks like in August of 2020.
You don't have the January 14th possession of controlled substance?
From Orange, I don't see that.
Oh, I don't know if it's orange, actually.
I can look and see where it's from.
Well, it's not coming when I run his name in our system.
It just shows a possession of a controlled substance.
He pled to a robbery with a firearm in 2017, another robbery with a firearm in 2017, and a no-build DV battery in 2019, and then I see the trespass from 2020, and then this case today.
No, I'm not inclined to reduce this bond. You'll have to file a motion with the judge hearing the case. Good luck, sir. Good afternoon. Please tell me your name.
My name is Jason Throckmorton.
Sir, you're here in 21 MM 743AO charged with trespass. I've reviewed the probable cause affidavit. I do find probable cause exists in this case. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you.
The offer to resolve this case is a withhold adjudication, credit for time served, no return, and no objection to no action on the Osceola Allen bond case.
Sir, did you hear what the state attorney just said?
Yes, Your Honor, I did.
Did you understand it?
Do you mind repeating it in different words?
So what she's saying is if you want to enter a plea to the trespass case today, a plea of guilty or no contest, she's asking the court to adjudicate you guilty and give you credit for the time that you've spent in jail. You'll have to still pay court costs. You'll not be allowed to return to the scene. Was that it, counselor?
It was an adjudication of guilt?
No, it's a withhold.
It's a withhold.
Oh, a withhold. Are you interested in accepting that plea offer today?
Yes, Your Honor. Is the year term for that exclusionary policy, is that standard, or can that be any less than that? Can that be shortened by the establishment itself?
You mean the trespass?
Yes.
Thank you so much. Because it's no return, Your Honor, he's asking if there's any way he could get that lowered.
Thank you.
I believe it's for a year. I'm not sure how that works.
Or can I have that? Can the establishment request that at their choice?
I suppose the establishment at any time can say they no longer want to trespass you from their grounds.
But for my benefit, how would I make sure that that's the case? Like, because I wouldn't want to go back there,
right?
Make a reservation there, and be a guest in the hotel, and then have someone say, "Oh, I remember you. You're not supposed to be here. You're going to be arrested now."
Just find another hotel. It's Orlando. We got a lot of hotels.
Okay.
So, are you interested in taking that plea offer today?
I am interested in taking.
All right. Please raise your right hand to be sworn.
Can you swear to tell the truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth, help you God?
I do.
All right. You've just indicated to me that you're interested in entering a plea of guilty or no contest. Do you understand that when you enter a plea of guilty or no contest this afternoon, you're going to waive or give up certain constitutional rights, like your right to remain silent, your right to testify on your own behalf, your right to force the state to prove beyond a reasonable doubt your guilt in this case, your right to a jury trial where one is required, your right to call witnesses to testify on your own behalf. You're going to waive all of those rights. Do you understand that?
I do, yes.
Do you understand if you're on probation in any jurisdiction, this plea could violate your probation?
Could you repeat that, please?
If you're on probation in any jurisdiction, this plea could violate that probation.
Okay.
If you're not a United States citizen, this plea could subject you to deportation.
Okay.
Are you under the influence of drugs or alcohol?
No, Your Honor.
And has anyone threatened you or promised you anything other than what we've just discussed here in court in order to get you to enter this plea today?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Then how do you wish to plead as to one count of trespass?
No contest, is that correct?
Yes, you can plead no contest.
Thank you.
All right, I'll accept your plea of no contest. I find it's freely and voluntarily made. I'll withhold adjudication, order you to serve how many days?
Yes, 2 days, Your Honor.
2 days in jail, give you credit for the 2 days that you've served. You're not allowed to return to the Hyatt Regency. You're required to pay court costs in this case. I'll give you a year to pay your court costs.
Okay.
But of course, if you pay them sooner, then it means it's resolved for you.
Is it possible to waive that cost at all? Just because
It's not.
No. Okay.
I can't.
All right.
But that's why I'm giving you a year to pay it.
Well, thank you very much.
And as to 2020 CF 3427, at this time, 21 MM 58, I'm taking no action on that case. All right, good luck, sir.
All right, thank you.
Okay.
Is that who that is?
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Good afternoon. Hold on one second. Toward the end, you said?
That's Cedric Jackson, Jack Later from Mr. Jackson, made the state and I approach for a moment.
Just a moment. Let me find his case. Well, there's a lot. I mean, you're welcome to approach. I just haven't found the case yet. Oh, I found it. Just as I said that.
Yes, Your Honor, for things we will not put on the record, I'm going to ask for no action on the out on bond case. There's a communication between defense counsel and the ASA that's handling the out on bond case.
Was an information filed?
There has not been an information filed, but that is an intentional choice.
All right.
At this point. I'm not going to agree to an RR, but I'm agreeing to no action based on emails and communication between defense and.
All right. I'm inclined to revoke it, but based on that, I won't.
There's things happening, Your Honor. Say it that way.
All right. I'll take your word for that, and I won't.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I don't remember if I did that. All right. So we're here. You said your name is?
Cedric Jackson, ma'am.
Good afternoon, sir. This is
Good afternoon,
21
ma'am.
CF 1258880, attempted sale or delivery of cannabis, possession of cannabis over 20 grams, and possession of cannabis under 20 grams. That's interesting.
Judge Jack Later on behalf of Mr. Jackson. Mr. Jackson is bondable. There was a hold. We're asking the court not to take any action on that hold, or just to release the hold, not to take any action on the previous case.
All right, at this time, I will not take any action on your out on bond case. Your bond in this case is $2,500 on count 1, $150 on count 2, and $100 on count 3. You're not allowed to return to the scene. You're not allowed to possess or consume any illegal substances, and you're not allowed to have contact with any known drug dealers. Are there any other conditions of bond which the state would request?
Yes, sir.
Just a moment.
Okay, thank you.
All right, Mr. Jackson,
Yes, ma'am.
let me start again.
Yeah.
Your bond amounts are going to be $2,500 on count 1, $150 on count 2, and $100 on count 3. If you're able to post those bonds, are there any special conditions that the state is requesting?
We'd ask for no return to the scene, no contact of the co-defendants in this particular case, and
All right.
no use of drugs.
All right, so I will order those things.
Yes,
So you're
ma'am.
not allowed to use illegal substances, you're not allowed to have contact with the co-defendants in this case, and you're not allowed to return to the scene in this case. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am. One of my co-defendants is, okay, yes, ma'am. I just didn't want to get in trouble because we're in the same cell. Okay,
Oh,
Judge, is there
right
a-
now, or you mean,
I'm not sure where they're going when they leave here, but if we could just ask that they be separated, that would be great. So
Is there a
Mr.
way to
Bond-
note
Mr.
that?
Jackson can bond.
since I've ordered no contact, they shouldn't have it in here either?
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Good luck, sir. Who's the co-defendant? I gotta get that name.
Their names are
State's got it.
Shalena Hunter, Shalena, last name Hunter, Hunter. And then Willie Charles Simmons Jr.
All right, what's your name?
Patrick Wander.
Good afternoon, sir. You're here in 2020 MM 77900AO, charged with a failure to appear. There was a capias issued for your failing to appear for court for a charge of soliciting funds from unauthorized roadways, and the bond amount is $100.
The offer from the state is an adjudication of guilt credit for time served, Your Honor.
Did you hear that, sir?
Yes, ma'am, and thank you very much.
Are you interested in accepting that offer?
Please, ma'am.
Please raise your right hand to be sworn.
Do you swear to tell the truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth, help you God?
I do.
All right, sir, you understand that if you plead guilty or no contest this afternoon, you'll be waiving or giving up certain constitutional rights, like your right to remain silent, your right to testify on your own behalf, your right to a jury trial where one is required, your right to force the state to prove your guilt beyond all reasonable doubt, the right to call witnesses to testify on your behalf and present the defenses that you wish to present. You're going to give up all those rights today. You understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
You understand if you're on probation in any jurisdiction, this plea could violate your probation.
Yes, ma'am.
You understand if you're not a United States citizen, this plea could subject you to deportation.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you under the influence of drugs or alcohol?
No, ma'am.
And has anyone threatened you or promised you anything to get you to enter this plea other than what we just discussed?
No, ma'am.
All right, then at this time, sir, how do you wish to plead to the offense of soliciting funds on unauthorized roadways?
No contest, ma'am.
I'll accept your plea of no contest. I find it's freely and voluntarily made. I'll adjudicate you guilty. I'll order you to serve, how many days does he have?
4 days.
4 days in jail, give you credit for the 4 days that you've served. I have to order you to pay court costs in this case. I'm not allowed to waive those. So
Thank you,
I'll give you
ma'am.
1 year to pay your court costs. Do you understand?
Thank you very much, ma'am.
Yes, sir. Good luck.
Thank you.
Good afternoon. What's your name?
Cyrus Allen. Good afternoon, ma'am.
All right, sir, you're here in case number 21MO152AO, charged with disorderly conduct. He's also out on bond in 2 cases. 21MM17AW and 20MM940AW. Sir, do you have an attorney representing you?
I have a public defender, ma'am.
All right, I'll appoint the public defender in this case as well.
Your Honor, I went over the offer, withhold of adjudication, credit for time served, and court costs. And my client would like to take that offer.
So, Your Honor, in the 2021 MM17 case, we've not made a charging decision, so he wouldn't be able to resolve it.
Okay.
He got an arraignment date only because he bonded out, and so therefore, state has no, there's no action, we just can't resolve it. And have a moment to look up the other case.
All right. Please raise your right hand to be sworn.
Do you swear to tell the truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth, help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, sir, your attorney has just indicated to me that you'd like to enter a plea of guilty or no contest this afternoon. Is that what you want to do? You have to answer out loud.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. You understand that if you do that, you'll be waiving or giving up certain constitutional rights, like your right to remain silent, your right to testify on your own behalf, your right to call witnesses, present any defenses that you have, your right to force the state to prove the charges against you beyond all reasonable doubt,
Yes,
your right to a
ma'am.
jury trial when one is required. You're giving up those rights.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. You understand if you're on probation in any jurisdiction, this plea could violate that probation?
I am not.
All right. You understand if you're not a United States citizen, this plea could subject you to deportation?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Are you under the influence of drugs or alcohol today?
No, ma'am.
And other than what we just discussed here in the courtroom, has anyone threatened you or promised you anything to get you to enter this plea?
I was told that I'd be able to leave today.
I don't know if that's true, but it's possible. We're waiting to hear from the state about one of your other cases.
Okay.
Your Honor, on the 2020 MM 940 case, state will offer an adjudication of guilt, credit for time served, no return. It looks like in this particular case, the items were recovered. However, the allegations are he stole twice in one day from the same Home Depot. And so that other case may still be outstanding. So I just want to make sure he understands that it was 2 incidents in one day. This is the second incident of
All
that same
right,
day.
so if you want to enter a plea today, you'll be entering a plea to a petty theft case and a disorderly conduct case. You have a third case that we know of right now, the possession of drug paraphernalia and soliciting without a permit. That case you can't enter a plea to today because the state hasn't made a charging decision. But there might be a fourth case out there that none of us in this courtroom right now knows about. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So do you want to enter a plea to both the petty theft and the disorderly conduct?
I just wanted to find out if I was gonna be able to leave today before I made that decision.
So, as far as I know, yes. Does he have any other holds?
No,
As well?
Your Honor.
You're not going to take any action on the...
Correct.
Okay.
I'm not revoking the out on bond case.
Okay, then yes, ma'am.
All right. So at this time, sir, how do you wish to plead to the charge of petty theft?
No contest.
In case number 20 MM 940 AW, I'll accept your plea of no contest. I find it's freely and voluntarily made. I'll adjudicate you guilty, give you the credit for how many days has he been in?
13.
13 days. I'll order that you not return to Home Depot and order you to pay court costs. You have a year to pay those. In 21 MO 152 AO, how do you wish to plead to disorderly conduct?
No contest, ma'am.
All right, sir, I'll accept your plea of no contest. I find it's freely and voluntarily made. I'll withhold adjudication. Order you to serve, is it still 13 days or is it less?
2 days. For
2 days. Give you credit for the 2 days that you've served, order you to pay court costs, and give you a year to pay them. Do you understand?
So I still get to leave today?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
And I'm not taking any action on the out on bond case. Good luck, sir.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, on the 940 AW case, was that an adjudication or a
Yes.
withhold? Adjudication?
Yes.
Okay.
What about Sierra Barrett? Okay. Good afternoon, sir. What's your name?
Willie James Bell.
I'm sorry, what?
Willie James Bell.
All right, sir, you're here in 21 MO 154 AO, charged with an open container of alcohol. Does the state have an offer?
Yes, a withhold credit for time served.
Sir, are you interested in accepting the state's offer today?
What'd you say again?
Are you interested in accepting the state's offer?
Yes, ma'am.
Please raise your right hand to be sworn.
Do you swear to tell the truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, sir, you understand that if you enter a plea of guilty or no contest today, you'll be waiving or giving up certain constitutional rights, like your right to remain silent, your right to testify on your own behalf, your right to call witnesses and present any defenses that you have at a trial, your right to a jury trial when one is required, your right to force the state to prove the charges against you beyond all reasonable doubt. You're going to give up those rights if you enter a plea. Is that what you want to do?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you understand that if you're on probation in any jurisdiction, this plea could violate your probation.
Yes, ma'am.
You understand if you're not a United States citizen, this plea could violate your, this plea could subject you to deportation.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you under the influence of drugs or alcohol today?
Not today.
Good. And other than what we've just discussed here in the courtroom, has anyone threatened you or promised you anything to get you to enter this plea?
No, ma'am.
All right, then at this time, sir, how do you wish to plead to having an open container?
No contest.
No content.
All right, I'll accept your plea of no contest. I find it's freely and voluntarily made. I'll withhold adjudication and order you to serve how many days?
2 days.
2 days in jail, give you credit for the 2 days that you've served. I have to order you to pay court costs, but I'll give you a year to pay them.
Okay.
All right, good luck, sir.
Jonathan Castillo, bond Iran.
Good afternoon, sir. Please tell me your name.
Tyrone Davis.
Mr. Davis, you're here in 21 MO 156 AO, charged with possession of an open container of alcohol. Does the state have an offer?
A withhold credit
Yeah.
for time served, Your Honor.
Sir, did you hear what the state said?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you interested in accepting that offer?
Yes, ma'am.
Please raise your right hand to be sworn.
Do you swear to tell the truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, sir, you understand that if you enter a plea of guilty or no contest today, you're going to be waiving or giving up certain constitutional rights, like your
ma'am.
right to remain silent, your right to call witnesses on your own behalf, your right to testify on your own behalf, your right to a jury trial where one is required, your right to force the state to prove the charges against you beyond all reasonable doubt. You're giving up those rights today. Is that what you want to do?
Yes, ma'am.
You understand if you're on probation in any jurisdiction, this plea could violate your probation.
Yes, ma'am.
You understand if you're not a United States citizen, this plea could subject you to deportation.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Sir, are you under the influence of drugs or alcohol today?
No, ma'am.
And other than what we just discussed here in the courtroom, has anyone threatened you or promised you anything to get you to enter this plea?
No, ma'am.
All right, then at this time, how do you wish to plead to the charge of possessing an open container of alcohol?
No contest.
All right, sir, I'll accept your plea of no contest. I find it's freely and voluntarily made. I'll withhold adjudication, order you to serve how many days?
2 days.
2 days in jail, give you credit for the 2 days that you've served, and I'll order you to pay court costs and give you 1 year to pay it.
Yes, ma'am.
Good luck, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
Harold Jones bonded, Your Honor.
Good afternoon, tell me your name.
Nigeria Jones.
You're here in 21 MO 158AO, charged with possession of an open container of alcohol. Does the state have an offer?
Yes, Your Honor. Withhold credit for time served of 2 days.
Sir, are you interested in accepting that offer?
Yes, ma'am.
Please raise your right hand to be sworn.
Do you swear to tell the truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
Before we go any further, let me just ask, I guess PTR, on the face sheet, there's something that says there's a fugitive from justice, arrest without a warrant, but I don't see anything about that other than on the face sheet. Can you clarify that for me?
Yes, they served a warrant on him. I'm thinking it's from South Carolina for FTA, and it holds a no bond right now.
All right, so sir, before I accept a plea from you and qualify that plea, I want to make sure that you're aware, you have a no bond warrant for failing to appear for court in South Carolina at this time.
Yes, ma'am. But I've been locked up a couple of times. Every time I go, the judge did make a call and let them know they ain't coming to get me.
Okay.
So it's supposed to be taken out. They supposed to take it out like 2015, 2016. But every time I got locked up after that, they still come. I had to face that.
All right, well, we can contact the judge in South Carolina, and if they tell us the same thing that they've told the other judges that you're representing, that they've told the other judges, then that's one thing. But at this time, I don't know. So if our jail is showing that you have a no bond warrant on a failure to appear for a charge in South Carolina, then even if you enter a plea to this open container, you're not going to be released today. And I want to make sure that you understand that.
I understand that, but could y'all call them today? Let me find out.
Well, they sent a teletype, Your Honor, saying that they will extradite.
That they will?
They will extradite.
All right, so it sounds like South Carolina is now going to extradite you. So again, you can enter a plea today to the open container charge, but you're not going to be released. And I wanted to be sure that you understood that before you entered that plea.
Okay, they got 30 days to come get me, right?
I don't know.
That's how it would. That's how it played out every time I was in New Jersey. They took 30 days to come get me. On the 30th day, they let me go. But they took that out of the computer 2015, 2016.
I'm sorry, sir. I don't know what to tell you other than you're not going to be released today.
I understand. All right.
But if you want to enter the plea, I'll accept it. I just want to be sure you know you're not getting out. So if you also don't want to enter a plea today, you don't have to.
Just a moment, Your Honor.
I don't know what it's in right now. No. Oh, what's his name? Nigeria Jones. Nigeria Jones. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Your Honor, he's gonna accept the plea today.
Okay. Are you sure that's what you want to do today,
Yes,
sir?
ma'am.
Okay.
And
So,
oh, sorry, Your Honor. We would just ask if we could be appointed so that in case they don't come and get him, we can do something about it, Your Honor.
all right, at this time, I will appoint the public defender to represent you. Sir, you understand that if you enter a plea today, you're going to be waiving or giving up certain constitutional rights, like your right to remain silent, your right to testify on your own behalf, your right to call witnesses and present any defenses that you have, your right to force the state to prove the charges against you beyond all reasonable doubt. You're going to give up those rights today and enter a plea of guilty or no contest to possession of open container, right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you understand that if you're on probation in any jurisdiction, this plea could violate that probation.
Yes, ma'am.
You understand if you're not a U.S. citizen, this plea could subject you to deportation.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you under the influence of drugs or alcohol today?
No, ma'am.
You don't appear to be. And other than what we just discussed here, has anyone threatened you or promised you anything to get you to enter this plea?
No, ma'am.
All right, then at this time, sir, how do you wish to plead to one count of open container of alcohol?
No contest.
I will accept your plea of no contest. I find it's freely and voluntarily made. I will, did you say a withhold or adjudicate?
A withhold, Your Honor.
All right, I'll withhold adjudication in this case and order you to pay court costs, and I'll give you a year to pay those court costs. And your attorney will be keeping tabs on whether South Carolina comes and gets you, okay?
Okay.
Good luck, sir.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon. Please tell me your name.
Michael Madison.
Mr. Madison, you're here in 21 MO 15980, charged with possession of an open container of alcoholic beverage. Does the state have an offer?
Yes, Your Honor. Withhold adjudication, credit for 2 days' time served.
Sir, are you interested in accepting that?
Yes, I am.
Please raise your right hand to be sworn.
Do you swear to tell the truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
All right, sir, you understand that if you accept this offer and enter a plea of guilty or no contest today, you'll be waiving or giving up certain constitutional rights, like your right to remain silent, your right to testify on your own behalf, your right to call witnesses and present defenses that you may have, your right to a jury trial where one is required, and your right to force the state to prove the charges against you beyond all reasonable doubt. You want to waive all those rights this morning?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, sir, you understand if you're on probation in any jurisdiction, this plea could violate that probation.
Yes, I am. I'm aware of that.
Okay, you understand that if you're not a United States citizen, this plea could subject you to deportation.
Yes.
Are you under the influence of drugs or alcohol today?
No, ma'am.
All right, you don't appear to be. At this time, well, has anyone threatened you or promised you anything other than what we just discussed to get you to enter this plea?
No.
All right, at this time, sir, how do you wish to plead to one count of possession of an open container of alcohol?
No contest.
I'll accept your plea of no contest. I'll find it's freely and voluntarily made. I will withhold adjudication, order you to serve 2 days in jail, give you credit for the 2 days that you've served. I have to order you to pay court costs in this case, and I will give you a year to pay those. And is he a sex offender?
Yes, Your Honor.
Sir, you still have reporting requirements. You understand that, right?
Yes.
All right. Good luck, sir.
Yes.
Good afternoon. Please tell me your name.
My name is Mason Abdel-Jabbar.
Sir, you're here in case number 21 CF 125580, charged with battery on a corrections officer. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you. I've reviewed the probable cause affidavit. I do find probable cause exists in this case. Your bond is $2,500. So this is an interesting question, Madam Prosecutor.
Yes, Your Honor.
Are there any special conditions of bond other
Just
than no contact?
Just no contact, Your Honor.
All right. So while you're here, I don't know that I can order you not to have contact with the victim in this case, but if you are able to bond out, you're not allowed to have contact with the victim in this case. Do you understand?
The victim being who, Your Honor?
Corrections Officer Castillo. All right, no contact.
I'm so sorry,
Okay.
Your Honor. I think he was supposed to be reset to be seen on the other case that you see on the face sheet. Did y'all receive any notice for that?
No, and I don't have a PC for the other one.
Is that the 1230 case?
Yes.
I have 1 second, Your Honor.
Okay.
I don't have anything on that at all.
Okay.
I have 1 moment. I have the charging affidavit on that case.
Yeah, I just see that the court order stated it's supposed to be reset because he was in the hospital, but I don't think they ever
Battery on
Reset
a
from the
correction
weekend?
officer.
from yesterday. Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor, I do see it. I'm sorry, it was in my reset pile too. The one.
I don't have it, and I don't have the probable cause affidavit.
May I have a moment, Your Honor? I'm printing out the rest affidavit.
Okay.
I'm gonna email it to Madam Clerk.
What's the case number?
It was 21
CF 1230. AO.
Miss Ann, I just sent it to you.
All right, sir, in case number 21 CF 1230 AO, you're charged with aggravated battery with a weapon and battery domestic violence. I've reviewed the probable cause affidavit. I do find probable cause exists in this case. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you in this case as well. Does the state attorney wish to be heard on bond?
We asked for a $2,500 bond as to count 1, $500 bond as to count 2, no contact, separate residences, no weapons, no firearms, no drugs, no alcohol.
All right, sir, I will give you a bond of $2,500 on count 1, $500 on count 2. You're not allowed to have any contact with the victim in this case. That includes third-party and electronic contact. I'll order that you maintain a separate residence. Do you have items at this place that you need to return to gather?
Yes, I do, Your Honor. I'm supposed to.
All right, I'll allow you to have a one-time return with law enforcement, but you're not allowed to return to the residence otherwise. Do you understand?
Wait, so that's 2,500 for bond count 1, 2,500 bond count 2, and 500 for bond count 3?
No. $2,500 on count 1, $500 on count 2, and then in your other case, the bond is $2,500.
So that's 5,000. That's 5,500, correct?
Yes, sir. You're not allowed to possess a weapon of any kind, firearm, or ammunition. Was there anything else, Madam Prosecutor?
No, Your Honor.
All right, good luck, sir.
Okay.
Good morning, Your Honor.
I'm sorry?
Good morning.
Oh, good morning. Or good afternoon.
Yep.
What's your name, sir?
It's Matthew Acevedo.
I'm sorry?
Matthew Acevedo.
All right, good afternoon. You're here in case number 21 CF 1260AO, charged with attempted burglary of a conveyance. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you. Does the public defender wish to be heard?
Yes, Your Honor. We would just ask that you take no action on the out on bond cases. He is the only provider of the house. He has a job currently, and he has a newborn baby.
My wife's legs broke.
And and currently he is the caretaker for his wife who has broken her leg. So he's the one taking care of her and the child. So we would just ask that the court not take any action on the out on bond case. I don't know, even if that means putting him on, well, he can't go on pre-trial release. So we would just ask for a bond amount, whatever the court sees fit, and no action on the out on bond cases.
Does the state wish to be heard?
I have one moment, Your Honor.
Yes.
Okay, so the 2020 CF, the out on bond 15148, we've not made a charging decision. However, Your Honor, it's probably because it was a December 24th arrest and he was out, so that wouldn't have been, there would be no 30-day motion to make us do anything. Same thing on the 2020 CF 15149, and then the last one I have is 20 CF 15150. These are all December 24th arrests.
And 2020 CF 15151.
Oh, one more. Let me look that up. Correct, Your Honor. All December 24th arrests. We've not made a charging decision. We've tasked for more information from the officer on all the cases, but that's only because obviously it's been barely 30 days. If Your Honor is inclined to not revoke his bond, then state requests at least to revoke it and then double the original amount. For example, in the 2020 CF 15151 case, revoke it and then set a new bond of $2,000.
Counselor, I'm struggling with your request. He's out on bond on four separate cases of attempted burglary of a conveyance, and he gets arrested on a new case of attempted burglary of a conveyance.
Yes, Your Honor. I understand. We would just ask for, as the state stated, an increase in the bond amount. All these charges did happen on the same day, if I'm not mistaken. And with him being the only provider, and again, his wife having a broken leg at home with the child, we would just ask for mercy from the court.
Where does he work?
I'm self-employed. I run 2 businesses. I run computer software company, and I do stock market day trading, ma'am.
All right, in case number 21 CF 1260AO, your bond will be $1,000. You're not allowed to return to the scene, have contact with the victims or any witnesses in this case. As to all of your out on bond cases, I'm going to revoke the bonds. All right, instead of just revoking them, I will then give him new bonds, but I'll double the bonds.
Thank you, Your Honor.
So in 15148, it'll be $2,000. 15149, $2,000. 15150, it says 7,500. Or maybe it means 1,500. I don't know if that amount is accurate.
I'm sorry, which case is that, Your Honor?
15150.
It was a $3,500 bond and a $100 and a $150 for that case. It was 3 charges.
So it's only like 37 or something, 3750.
That'll be, yeah, 7,000 on count 2, 300 on count 1, and 200 on count 3.
All right. And then in 15151, it'll be $2,000. And in all of those, no return to the scenes and no contact with victims or witnesses. Good luck, sir.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
That's the one that's 7,200, or I think it's 200 and 100. No. 300 and 200.
300 and 200.
All right. 20 CF 580080, 2 violations of condition of pretrial release. I'll appoint the public defender to represent her.
We'll waive, Your Honor.
All right. Her bonds are $5,000, $500 in that case. And then in 20 CF 935580, 2 more failures to appear, and there are no bonds authorized in that case. I'm appointing the public defender in both.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir. What's your name?
That's Charles Campbell.
Wait, let me make sure I did that. All right, sir, you're here in 21 CF 124680. You're charged with driving while license suspended, canceled, or revoked, third or subsequent offense. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. Do you have an attorney, sir?
I do not. No, ma'am.
All right, I'll appoint the public defender to represent you.
Is it possible for an ROR today?
No.
No? Okay.
I do find probable cause exists in this case. Does the defense wish to be heard?
No, Your Honor.
All right, your bond is $2,500, sir.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, what's your name?
Aaron John Cone Jr.
Let me be sure, you said Aaron Cohn, right?
Yeah, Aaron John Cone Jr.
All right, sir. You're here in case number 21. Nope, that's not right. 21 MM 758AO, charged with resisting an officer without violence and trespass on property after warning. And 21 CF 52680, charged with criminal mischief. The criminal mischief charge is based on a capias, and your bond is $1,500.
Capias?
An arrest, a warrant. Another judge signed basically a warrant for your arrest and already set your bond amount at $1,500.
And what's the criminal mischief for?
Yes, that's the criminal mischief charge.
The same incident or a different situation?
I don't have a probable cause affidavit for this one. Hold on, let me see what the capias says.
Because the criminal mischief felony has to be more than what, $1,000 or something like that?
It's $1,500. It's $1,500.
Yeah, I didn't damage nothing for $1,500.
Oh, you're saying the amount of the damage. I don't know
Yeah.
that. What I know is that your bond is
It's charged as
$1,500.
a criminal mischief subsequent offender.
Oh, because it's the
Prior
third time?
offenses.
Yeah, from prior criminal history. It looks like
So it's the third one? It's a
this is the Lynx bus. The allegations are on this, October the 30th, 2020.
What? So it's not from 70.
So the reason a capias was issued in that case is it'd have to be a failure to appear.
I think it was an affidavit to issue warrant case. And then we filed it, and then maybe we refiled it
Okay.
on that case.
All right, so that bond amount is $1,500. As to the resisting an officer without violence and trespass on property after warning, I do find probable cause exists in this case. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. Your bond is $500 on count 1, $100 on count 2. You're not allowed to return to the scene or have contact with any victims or witnesses in the case. Do you understand?
Mm-hmm.
Good luck, sir.
Good luck.
You can go. Good afternoon. Please tell me your name.
Malika Dorsey.
All right, ma'am, you're here in case number 21 CF 126580, charged with possession of methamphetamine and tampering with physical evidence. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. I do find probable cause exists in this case. Your bond is $1,000 on count 1, $150 on count 2. If you're able to bond out, you're not allowed to possess or consume any illegal substances or have contact with any known drug dealers. Can the state advise in the out on bond case 20 CF 1450580 were charges filed?
No, Your Honor. They were not. It was an arrest December the 7th.
All right, then at this time, I'm going to take no action in your out on bond case. Good luck, ma'am. Please tell me your name.
Julie Dort.
Good afternoon. You're here in case number 21 CF 125980, charged with possession of cocaine. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. I've reviewed the probable cause affidavit. I do find probable cause exists in this case. Your bond is $1,000. Can the state advise her out on bond case?
We've not made a charging decision, Your Honor. It was a December 7th arrest.
Does the state have an opinion?
No objection and no action, Your Honor. She's out on the prostitution case.
All right, at this time, I'm going to take no action on your out on bond case. Good luck.
what?
Oh, if you bond out, you're not allowed to possess or consume illegal substances or have contact with any known drug dealers.
Your Honor, we would just add, never mind.
I can't find out.
Good afternoon. Please tell me your name.
Jessica Ford.
Hold on one second. What about Eddie Farrer? Oh. All right. Ms. Ford, you're here in 2019 CF 1705880. You have 2 charges of failing to appear. One was for possession of a controlled substance. One is for possession of drug paraphernalia. You failed to appear for a status hearing on those 2 charges. The judge who issued the capias authorized $4,000 bond on count 1 and $150 bond on count 2. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. Good luck.
Yes.
Good afternoon. Please tell me your name.
Timothy Lamar Harton.
All right, sir, you're here in case number 2016-11-05680. There was a capias issued for your arrest for failing to appear on 1 count of uttering a forgery, 1 count of grand theft, 0 bond in each of those counts. 21 CF 124180. You're charged with grand theft of a motor vehicle, possession of MDMA, and possession of drug paraphernalia. I reviewed the probable cause affidavit. I do find probable cause exists for your arrest. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. Your bond in this case is $1,000 on count 1, $150 on count 2, $100 on count 3. You're not allowed to have any contact with the victims or witnesses in this case. You're not allowed to possess or consume any illegal substances, and you're not allowed to have contact with any known drug dealers. In 21 CT 84980, you're charged with no valid driver's license. I did review the probable cause affidavit. I find probable cause exists in that as well. Your bond amount is $500, and I'll appoint the public defender to represent you in all of your cases. Good luck, sir. Good afternoon. Please tell me your name.
Joel Werther.
You're here, sir, in 21 CF 124580, charged with possession of methamphetamine and possession of cannabis under 20 grams. I reviewed the probable cause affidavit. I do find probable cause exists. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. Your bond is $1,000 on count 1, $100 on count 2. Can the state attorney please advise if there was a charging decision made in his out on bond case?
Yes, Your Honor, we charge possession of meth and possession, and resisting without violence. I have a pretrial conference. No, I'm sorry. I have a plea set for the 3rd at 10 a.m. in
At
Division
this-
17.
At this time, I'm revoking your bond in that case. So you'll have to talk to your lawyer about that. Good luck, sir. Hi, please tell me your name.
Romaine Humphrey.
You're here in 21 CF 1252AO, charged with possession of MDMA and tampering with physical evidence. I'm appointing the public defender to represent you. I do find probable cause exists in this case. Your bond amount is $1,500 on count 1, $100 on count 2. You're also here in case number 21 MO 161AO, charged with, I think it's violating a city ordinance.
Yeah, I didn't know what that was.
It says state misdemeanors, but it's violating a city ordinance, which I read the probable cause affidavit, and based on the description, I do think there's probable cause for this. But do you have any idea why they wrote it that way?
It's violating of state misdemeanors.
Yeah.
They typically, you'll see a lot of violation of state misdemeanors. I mean, it's just, they write it that way quite often, Your Honor. I
In
don't know
lieu
the answer.
of possession of drug paraphernalia?
I don't understand why they do it that way, Your Honor, but they do.
That confused me a little bit, but there is probable cause for that, sir, so I don't know why they do it that way, but they do. So your bond on that count is $250, and I'm appointing the public defender in both of those cases. If you're able to bond out, you're not allowed to possess or consume any illegal substances or have contact with any known drug dealers. Do you understand?
Yeah.
All right, good luck, sir.
What is my court date?
I don't know. Please tell me your name.
Kenneth Miles.
Sir, you're hearing case number 21 CF 1250AO, charged with possession of MDMA. I've reviewed the probable cause affidavit. I do find probable cause exists in this case. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you.
This is Mr. Miles.
Yes. Your bond is $1,500. If you're able to bond out, you're not allowed to possess or consume any illegal substances or have contact with any known drug dealers. Do you understand?
Yeah, ma'am.
All right, good luck, sir. Good afternoon. Please tell me your name.
Good afternoon.
Okay. What's your name?
Miss Mills.
What's your first name?
Centerica.
All right, ma'am, you're here in 2019 CF 5466AO. You have 3 charges of failing to appear.
They told me that the lady I called, she said, Miss Mills, you don't have to go because they dropped
about
them.
the facts of the case.
So, ma'am, another judge has issued a warrant for your arrest for failing to appear to a status hearing on December 18th. The 3 charges were delivery of controlled substance, prostitution, and possession of 20 grams or less of cannabis. That judge did not authorize a bond in your case, and I'm not allowed to change that. So you'll have to discuss it with your attorney. As to the out on bond cases, does the state wish to be heard on those?
No, Your Honor, just because it was a failure to appear and not a
Right.
new.
I'm not going to take any action.
So
All
there's
right.
no new charges?
I'm sorry?
There ain't no new charges?
No, ma'am. There are no new charges that I'm aware of at this time.
Oh, these old charges?
Yes, ma'am. All right, good luck. Please tell me your name.
Javier Luis Morales.
All right, good afternoon, sir. You're here in 21 CF 1273. You are charged with grand theft of a motor vehicle, possession of methamphetamine with intent, possession of cocaine, possession of cannabis under 20 grams, possession of MDMA, resisting an officer without violence, fleeing or attempting to elude a law enforcement officer with lights and sirens, And driving while your license is suspended, third or subsequent offense. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you. I've reviewed the probable cause affidavit. I do find probable cause exists in this case. Does the state wish to be heard on bond?
So as to count 2, state requests a $3,500 bond. As to count 1, $150. As to count 3, $100. As to count 4, $150. As to count 5, $150. As to count 6, $100. As to count 7, $150. As to count 8, $150. And then as to count 9, $100.
Sorry, I missed count 9, petty theft.
Yes, sir. So I did count 2 as the primary at $3,500 and everything else subsidiaries, depending on if they were felonies or misdemeanors.
All right. I agree with the state. So count 1 will be a $150 bond, count 2, $3,500, count 3, $100, count 4, $150, count 5, $150, count 6, $100, count 7, $150, count 8, $150, and count 9, $100. If you're able to bond out, you're not allowed to have contact, well, while you're in custody and after you bond out, you're not allowed to have any contact with victims in this case. You're not allowed to possess or consume any illegal substances or have contact with any known drug dealers. And you're not allowed to return to the scene. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Good luck, sir.
Brian Mundell, bond is correct.
Okay. How about James Nazaire?
Also bonded.
Good afternoon, sir. What's your name?
Dominic Pugh.
You're here in 21 CF 12538O, charged with possession of cannabis over 20 grams. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. I do find probable cause exists in this case. Your bond is $1,000. In case number 21 CF 750AO, you're charged with possession of a firearm by a convicted felon. Another judge has already found probable cause in this case. Your bond is $4,000. If you're able to bond out, you're not allowed to possess or consume any illegal drugs, have contact with any known drug dealers, and you're not allowed to possess a weapon, firearm, or ammunition. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Good luck, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Any action on the out on bond, Your Honor?
Hold on, I missed that. Case number 2020 CF 15236AO. Can the state advise if it's been charged?
What's the case number, Your Honor?
2020 CF 15236AO. It's a robbery, criminal mischief, battery, and aggravated assault with a firearm.
No, Your Honor, that's a December 28th arrest.
I'm gonna revoke it
wait,
anyway.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. Looks like, yes, it was consolidated filing with 2021 CF 750.
All right, I'm revoking the bond in that case, so talk to your lawyer about it. Good luck, sir. Please tell me your name.
Robert Shaw.
Good afternoon, sir. You're here in case number 21 CF 1275, charged with possession of methamphetamine with intent to sell and resisting an officer without violence. I've reviewed the probable cause affidavit. I do find probable cause exists in this case. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. If you're able to bond out, you're not allowed to possess or consume any illegal substances. You're not allowed to have contact with any known drug dealers. As to his out on bond case,
On his 2021 CF 555, we've not made a charging decision, however, Your Honor, that was a January 14th arrest. So it's only been 2.5 weeks.
it's a burglary of a dwelling. I'm going to revoke his bond on that case. Good luck, sir.
Your Honor, what was the bonds for his possession and resisting without violence?
It would be $1,000 and $100.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Good luck.
Yeah, but not on the she revoked the bonds. You need to call this number.
What did I say?
On what? Well, I got 3 cases.
No, it's 1,000 and 100.
So you can't bond out.
Or she reduced the bond on my.
Good afternoon. Please tell me your name.
My name is Willie Simmons.
All right, sir, you're here in case number 21 CF 1254AO, charged with driving while license revoked as a habitual offender. I've reviewed the probable cause affidavit. I find probable cause exists. Your bond in that case is $2,500, and I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. In case number 17134, you're charged with violating your probation. It looks like you were on probation for trafficking in a substance and sale of cocaine. And the allegation is that you violated that probation. Yes, sir.
You talking to me?
Did you say something?
Yes, ma'am. I didn't know if I could talk or not. That's what I asked.
You can, but your attorney doesn't want you to talk about the facts of your cases because everything you're saying is on the record and can be used against you later.
Yes, ma'am. It's okay. I just wanted to say, I wasn't even driving. I was sitting there. We had just walked out of Chili's, but I don't know.
It sounds like what you're saying is you think you have some defenses in the case, so that's definitely something that you want to talk to your attorney about, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Because your attorney is the one who's going to work on your behalf and raise any defenses you have. So she'll talk to the state attorney on your behalf and see if she can change their minds.
Okay.
All right? You have another violation of probation allegation. It's 17538.
What's that?
So in both of those violations of probation at this time, at this time, there's no bond authorized. So you just need to stay in touch with your attorney, okay?
Okay.
Robert Weber, bonding firm.
All right? Does either side have any other business before the court this afternoon before we adjourn?
No, Your Honor.
Anything from anyone else?